The course of models and theories has been highlighted by a number of factors. We'll talk about experiences which have been so interesting to me, all the group activities, personal attributes, assignments I've done. They have really impacted on me. I've learned a lot from the course of models and theories. I will talk about a few theories and personnel who have highlighted about the ECD learning. I'll begin with Lev Vygotsky, who emphasizes that social culture should not be eliminated in teaching the young children. Social culture, how? He believes children he believes children are born with different backgrounds, different ways of learning, depending on genes I call them. So with these genes, each child comes with a different way in which they are going to learn, and with this you have to respect that by actually giving them that freedom to learn. He has that zone of proximal development where you allow a child to learn on their own. You assist a child on things they don't understand, and then there are those things that a child is not ready to learn, and those you allow the child to actually experience them at the right time. Lev Vygotsky emphasizes that culture should not be left out in teaching a child. Culture actually defines who you are, where you come from, and where you're going. Culture helps a child to identify themselves, because in the environment there are many children, I believe, but when a child actually knows the culture, the origin, they know I'm a Muganda, that stuff, it is very easy to identify themselves. They don't get confused. I'll talk about the high scope model. That one now, it is highlighted with the plan do review, which is a very effective concept. You actually assess the children, you give them assignments, you allow them to do on their own. For you, your work is actually just to assess what they have done, which I find so interesting. Your role as a teacher, you don't run after children, forcing them to sit down, do what? No. Let these children learn, let these children experience on their own. Give them the assignment, leave them to work. Where they need help, don't do for them the assignment. Don't do for them anything they are in their field they actually experience. Allow them to experience on their own. It's actually good for them to correct themselves. It is so interesting that after that you actually come. Your work is to see if this child has actually mastered what they wanted to go and do. If they wanted to go and plant a seed in the garden, check, did they do it? Yes. And if they didn't do it right, don't criticize. There is always another way to do it, a better way to do it. I would say the Waldorf model, another theorist who is very interesting to me. Actually, these theories are all so interesting. I cannot say I have a favorite, but they're also interesting. I believe they all have that play-based learning in their principles. Play-based learning is very important in ECD learning. How? Play-based learning is it develops the social cognitive development of the child, the motor skills, and the child is, as you can hear, play. Yeah, the child is learning, but in a play system. They don't get bored, and they always want to come back and find out what's next, who's next, what are we learning next, because it is enjoying but learning. I believe all these theorists have great principles. Waldorf, Lev Vygotsky. I will not forget the religion in ECD. Religion is very important. It is very good for a child to identify what they believe in and why they believe in what they believe. When this child is raised in such a way, it is very simple to control them. Not control, but these are children who are growing up to be very respectful people, very obedient, very important people in the community, because they know we worship God, we worship Allah. So even religion is another way to identify yourself. I believe it is very important, as these theorists actually state it in their models. It is so important that we put these practices in these practices, these models in practices, these principles in practice, so that we actually create a very conducive environment for the children who are coming in future. I believe the system actually in Uganda, it has been a very, very big case where ECD has been ignored, and with it being given attention in the end in National Development Program, I believe we can make it a better place for our children that are coming in future. And we can be better teachers by following these models, much so getting ideas, a leaf, and creating better models. Thank you.